fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. A 50-year-old man in custody after trying to take a 2-year-old. Dengue cases continue to rise. And the Bahamas said to be behind on key women's issues. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's here. It's the start of the end of the old way. Revolution. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Duquesa Dean will be joining us, filling in for Chester Robards today. Also this morning, we'll tell you about Kalena's customer appreciation celebrations. And later in business, we're talking about the electric car movement, the latest developments in the country with easy car sales, and more. That's all ahead. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we were sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, a 50-year-old man arrested after he attempted to abduct a 2-year-old girl from her mother in a supermarket in southwestern New Providence. It happened yesterday. It's reported that the mother and her child, who was sitting in a shopping cart, were approached by the man shortly before 9 a.m. Police say the man attempted to push the cart away from the woman and remove the child. However, the mother was able to hold onto her daughter and call the store security personnel for help. The man was detained and taken into custody. Law enforcement and government officials, including members from the Department of Social Services, have warned residents to be vigilant amid an uptick in crimes against minors, particularly sex crimes. A few weeks ago, police reported that a 9-year-old girl who was playing with friends outside her home on a Saturday afternoon was abducted by a man and sexually assaulted. The girl was found a short time later. Police arrested a 42-year-old man in connection with the incident the next day, but apparently they had the wrong man. Officials also reported that an 11-year-old girl was raped by her mother's boyfriend and impregnated. Church groups and women's groups have decried the rape culture in the country and are calling for stiffer penalties and a dedicated sexual offenses court. The Bahamas is behind in dealing with matters pertaining to women and the abuse of women, and important conversations are needed to address the issues. That's according to Social Services Minister Obi Wilshcombe. He advised that the government intends to bring amendments to the Protection Against Violence Act early in the new session of Parliament, which begins in October. Wilshcombe says changes to the Sexual Violence Act, which would criminalize marital rape, have not yet progressed to the stage where they are ready to be brought to the House. He says that we haven't discussed in the country abortion as well, and that it is time to discuss these things. Asked if he was advocating for the decriminalization of abortion, Wilshcombe said that that was not what he was saying, but that there is a need for a national discussion on critical issues like abortion. A man accused of an attempted murder sentenced to 15 months imprisonment for illegal possession of a handgun. Police arrested Aldion Miller with a 9mm pistol and a magazine containing 36 rounds of ammunition 5 days after he allegedly shot Latario Missick in Nassau Village. Police found the weapon and ammunition when they executed a search warrant on Miller's home on Gleniston Avenue on August 22nd. Miller admitted that the gun belonged to him. In mitigation, his lawyer, Ian Cargill, said the self-employed truck driver found the gun and ammunition while clearing a plot of land. Cargill said that Miller foolishly brought the contraband home. While acknowledging that Miller had to serve time, Cargill asked the court for leniency since the gun was not found on the streets. He suggested a 1-year sentence plus a fine. The prosecutor suggested a sentence of 18 months. Acting Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley sentenced Miller to 15 months on the gun possession charge and fined him $3,000. His sentence would be extended by 3 months if the fine isn't paid. He received a concurrent sentence of 6 months for possession of ammunition with intent to supply. Miller was denied bail for the attempted murder charge, though. He's expected to return to court to receive a voluntary bill of indictment in the case on November 14th. A gun trial could not proceed because the police lab hasn't tested the gun yet. As a result of the exhibit not being ready, Assistant Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley adjourned the gun case of Samuel Charles to October 24th. Police arrested Charles on July 14th in the Hampton Street area after pursuing a Nissan Dualis. The officers allegedly found a .40 caliber Glock pistol with 7 rounds of ammunition in the vehicle. Health Minister Dr. Michael Darvas says 16 of the 21 individuals diagnosed with dengue fever have tested positive for a serotype that health officials say has the potential to result in more serious illness. He says that 16 of those people came back with that positive for type 3 dengue. Darvas says that in 2011 we had a situation where dengue was mainly serotypes 1 and 2, but they're concerned that if you had dengue in the past and you had dengue with serotype 3, there's a strong possibility that you have a more severe reaction that could result in hospitalization. 5 of the 21 individuals diagnosed with dengue have been hospitalized, including 1 child. Overseas, Russian officials saying today that Ukraine, or accusing Ukraine, of launching what appeared to be the biggest nighttime drone attack on Russian soil since the war began 18 months ago. The Kremlin's forces also hit Kyiv during the night and with what Ukrainian officials called a massive combined attack that killed 2 people. Drones struck an airport in western Russia's Pskov region near the border with Estonia and Latvia, damaging 4 transport aircraft that can carry heavy machinery. The airport strike, which was first reported minutes before midnight, started a massive fire. Unconfirmed media reports said up to 20 drones may have targeted the airport. And mutinous soldiers in Gabon today say they are seizing power to overturn the results of a presidential election and claim to have arrested the president, whose family has held power for 55 years. Crowds took to the capital streets celebrating the possible ouster of a family that's grown rich while the oil-rich country's economy has stagnated. The coup attempt came hours after the Central African country's president, Ali Bongo Ondimba, who was 64, was declared the winner of an election criticized by international observers and marred by fears of violence. Within minutes of the announcement, gunfire was heard in the center of the capital of Libreville. Later, a dozen uniformed soldiers appeared on state television and announced that they had seized power. Crowds took to the streets to celebrate the end of Bongo's reign, signing and singing the national anthem with soldiers. And from Florida, Hurricane Idalia has strengthened to a dangerous Category 4 hurricane now. as it steamed towards Florida's Big Bend region and threatened to unleash life-threatening storm surges and rainfall. Florida residents living in vulnerable coastal areas have been ordered to pack up and leave as Hurricane Idalia gains strength in the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Authorities are warning of a catastrophic storm surge and destructive winds when the storm moves ashore later this morning. Idalia was projected to come ashore as a Category 4 storm with sustained winds of at least 130 miles per hour in the lightly populated Big Bend region, where the Florida Panhandle curves into the peninsula. The result could be a big blow to a state still dealing with lingering damage from last year's Hurricane Ian. It had grown into a Category 2 system on Tuesday afternoon and became a Category 3 just hours earlier on Wednesday. The National Weather Service in Tallahassee called Idalia a, quote, unprecedented event, since no major hurricanes on record have ever passed through the bay abutting the Big Bend. In sports, a fifth Cariftic triathlon and aquathlon in the books now, and the Bahamas Triathlon Association President Dorian Roach happy with Team Bahamas' performance, which was the best the country ever did. The championship held at Goodman's Bay in New Providence over the weekend. Team Bahamas getting 6 medals. The previous best was 4. And Roach happy that we got the first ever gold medal for Team Bahamas. Bahamas was able to secure third place finish. With that, she won gold medal, 3 silver and 2 bronze. Barbados was the overall winner, while Bermuda was second. And from tennis, the U.S. Open underway. And Venus Williams suffering a tough loss. It was the worst lopsided loss of her career in the U.S. Open, with a 6-1, 6-1 defeat in the first round. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Nescafe Coffee. We've got Hurricane Franklin still out in the Atlantic, and that continues to generate sea swells along Atlantic coastlines, the islands on the Atlantic coast. And Hurricane Idalia producing shower activity for the extreme northwest Bahamas. That's going to continue through tonight. So there's a threat of waterspout activity today. Beachgoers should be alert for rip currents and rough seas along east and northeast coastlines. And another hot day in store. Residents advised to remain hydrated and avoid prolonged sun exposure due to triple-digit heat indices. So for today, for the northwest Bahamas, variably cloudy, hot, and breezy with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms through tonight. Small craft advisory in effect. Gusty winds and higher seas expected in showers and thunderstorms. Wind south to southwest at 15 to 25 knots with higher gusts. Seas 5 to 8 feet higher in gusts and sea swells. For the central and southeast Bahamas, partly sunny, humid, and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms, becoming fair and warm with a passing shower tonight. For boaters, small craft should exercise caution in sea swells, winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, but building to 6 feet in northeasterly swells. Another very hot day in store. We've got highs getting up to around 95 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. But again, the heat index in the triple digits today, making it feel a whole lot hotter. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook and a look at the tropics coming up after traffic in just a bit. Your first look at weather brought to you by Nescafe Coffee. Elevate your coffee experience with Nescafe Gold.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
You're listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
The end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up.
At Alive, we believe that every common loftier goal is within our reach. We believe in the essence of our identity, the richness of our history, and the boundless potential that lies within us. That's why our network is built by, owned by, and managed by us. Alive, believe in Bahamians. Visit bealive.com to take advantage of our golden independence deals. Alive, believe in best.
Shavara Roka Enias, Strachan Farms. I don't think I chose farming. I think farming chose me. Winning this award would definitely give us the funding that we need to start our farming season. Most persons who are in the agriculture field realize that at the start of the season, which is in the next couple of weeks, you do always need a bulk of cash. I think we have a great track record for the work that we've been doing in agriculture over the last 10 years. And so when I saw the opportunity for an award like this, I figured, you know what, I should just go ahead and enter.
The Agrarian Awards, September 16th.
It's your back-to-school grow with Scotiabank. Use any Scotiabank credit card to purchase any back-to-school items valuing $150 and over, and you could be one of 3 lucky winners of $1,500. That's up to $4,500 in cash back for you to win your share when you buy books, uniforms, shoes, laptops, tablets, phones, and other accessories for back-to-school using your Scotiabank credit card. Visit bs.scotiabank.com for more information. Promotion ends September 3rd, 2023.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. You know that it's it's the start of the end of the old way. Revolution. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Float Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796 on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC. 422-4796, GR96 to help you remember. And remember, standard text rates apply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Duquesa Dean on a Wednesday, filling in for Chester, who was here yesterday, filling in for you.
Yes.
Hey, anyway, it all worked out for the best. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good, thanks.
Great
How
to
are
have
you?
Doing well, doing well.
Good.
A lot going on in the country, a lot to talk about. We're also going to talk about Kalina Customer Appreciation Day, which is today. We'll get some details about that. And later, we're talking with Easy Car Sales, talking about the electric car movement. And they've got a lot of big news, a lot of exciting things happening with them. And I'm going to debunk some more myths that people have about going electric. That's coming up. But let's begin with what else is in the news. And in the news, a lot going on, as we said. The big headlines in the papers. The Guardian today, man attempts to abduct toddler. 50-year-old man in custody after trying to take a 2-year-old girl out of a shopping cart in a supermarket. This is the stuff that you watch in crazy movies, not what happens
Insanity.
in the Bahamas.
No, insanity.
And this is the latest in a long line in recent times of horrible things happening to children in our country.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. Have you been on social media overnight? The speculation about the cabinet shuffle that's coming, and people are losing their minds. They're so excited.
Yeah.
So excited about it.
Yeah, I've seen some social posts about it, questioning about resignations and
Who's getting what?
I don't. Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Interesting.
Because apparently that will make a difference.
Yeah, in our lives.
Right,
Yeah.
Well,
for sure.
Or in the ministries. I mean, I can't.
But I mean,
can't- I don't know.
Sometimes it's just very confusing because midterm with the shuffles, have they had enough time to do anything? Like the current assigned ministers, has it really been enough time to make a difference, or
In the bad ways.
in the good ways? I mean,
No.
yeah.
A couple. They might
Yeah.
not get shuffled out,
Okay.
right? Those ones, you
Yeah.
hope.
Well, we have to wait and
If
see.
it's up to them, we don't know it, right? It
Yeah.
could be the
Yeah.
policymakers, the people there. But if they weren't impeding the progress, then you hope that they would get to continue.
Well,
But we could point to a few where all you've done is upset all the
Chaos.
apples and
Yes.
thrown all the cards over.
yes.
And not only do you need to be shuffled to a different ministry, but maybe shuffled
Shuffled
out of the
out,
cabinet
period.
entirely. Right?
Period.
Well, we will see. We'll see. But everybody should calm
When
down.
are we
We'll hear
supposed to
soon.
know? Is it tomorrow? Is it
No
tomorrow?
idea.
Oh,
But
okay.
we hear
just wait.
it's imminent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but
We'll wait.
the rumor mill was very busy last night. Very busy last night. So I really want to talk about this. So yesterday at the end of the show, I hope you were listening. We in the business report, hearing about Carnival, they're very excited about their cruise port, and they say it's going to be called Celebration Key. But the key is spelled Key. It's in Grand Bahama, not Florida.
Right.
Grand Bahama, Celebration Key, Key. And I said it yesterday. I'm like, well, why is it Key, Key?
Right.
This
Because
is not what
Bahamian
we
is
do
CAY.
here,
Right.
Right?
Right.
And all kinds of excuses. People were texting in. Oh, well, they were probably thinking it would be easier for people to pronounce it, right? Because they won't say K. Well, if you tell them it's Key,
Right.
They'll get it eventually.
Right, because it's a Bahamian thing.
This is what we do.
Right. Right.
We don't do KEY.
Right. It's a Bahamian thing.
Uh-huh.
It could become confusing for tourists.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't
could
think.
be.
But I mean, they'll know that one. They will.
KEY.
Right. But
Yeah.
what about us?
Right.
This is in the Bahamas. It's in Grand Bahama. We say and spell it
CAY. Correct.
CAY.
Correct.
YKEY. So, if I weren't on air, I would say a lot of horrible things right now. But the Ministry for Grand Bahama issued a statement yesterday. I'm very excited about the cruise port. Our Chester Robards writing about this. The Ministry of Grand Bahama said in a statement yesterday that Carnival Cruise Line's name for its cruise port under development on the island highlights that the destination is about to become the home of events and entertainment for the Bahamas. The Ministry for Grand Bahama, this is a statement. The Ministry for Grand Bahama is delighted to join hands with Carnival Cruise Line in celebrating the unveiling of the name for its Grand Bahama Cruise Port, Celebration Key, K-E-Y. Celebration Key, K-E-Y, is a fitting name for the cruise port as Grand Bahama is positioned to become the home of events and entertainment for the Bahamas. As the name implies, Grand Bahama is the place to be in celebration of important occasions. Let me look for the right quote here where you can really see how warped some thinking can be in our wonderful country. It says, as Carnival Cruise Line forges ahead with its plan to bring a uniquely Bahamian experience with an abundance of features and amenities to our shores, we will continue to collaborate to ensure that Bahamian entrepreneurs are empowered to offer their world-class products and services to Carnival guests. The newly unveiled name resonates deeply with the pulse of our island as it embodies the spirit of adventure, the allure of our pristine beaches, and the vibrant culture that defines us. It holds the key, K-E-Y, to an authentically Bahamian experience with warm hospitality, breathtaking views, and an unmatched cuisine that visitors have come to love. Celebration Key holds the key to an authentically Bahamian experience, except for the name.
Except for the name, correct. Except for the name. Except for the name.
You know, when you call people names like certain animals, they get offended, right? Like sheep and some other ones I want to use. I can't say because it'll be not perceived well. But this is insanity. Please don't do it.
I'm confused. Because if we're talking authentically Bahamian, then the name should imply that. And I don't think KEY, I can understand KEY unlocking something, yes, but not a truly authentic Bahamian experience if we're not embracing what we call every other key, CAY.
Now, I know people are going to say, oh, this is not important. Why are you all running on with this? But, this explains a lot about our issues in this country. The lack of identity, the need to assimilate with other cultures so easily,
How much say did we have over the name?
We probably could have had a lot of say.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. You got to spell it C-A-Y. Someone's raising an interesting point. Carnival owns Princess Cruises, and Princess Cruises has Princess Key, K-A-C-A-Y,
Right.
C-A-Y in Luthra. Right? Why would they do this?
Maybe it's a mistake.
No. I wish. I
Maybe
said
it's-
it's not
maybe it's a
time.
mistake.
I'm sure they haven't put up a sign yet. Right? I'm sure the logo, if they have one, the logo designer could easily make the little adjustments there. But what say you on this, folks? What do you make of it? Yeah.
And they trademarked the name. Mm-hmm. So it's set.
How did it get this far? And then the government to come back with this ridiculous excuse for nonsense. I mean, this is shameful.
I agree. I totally agree with you, Dwight, because it should stick with the Bahamian spelling, the Bahamian theme. Every other key is C-A-Y. So why would we switch to K-E-Y? I believe it's a confusing message, personally.
Let's hear what you have to say. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. If they want to do business here, they got to do it the way we do things,
Agreed.
right?
Agreed.
This is how we do
Well,
it.
I mean, unless we just, are desperate for.
Oh, well, that's it.
Yeah, whatever.
Especially
comes,
when the
so,
minister's going to issue a statement. Clearly, desperation. They should have called it desperation K-E-Y.
Yeah. What they say, we sell
Oh,
out.
my
so.
gosh.
And, they're in a funny position. Grand Bahama is looking for something to revitalize its economy. Maybe it's just being gentle and tender with, the opportunity. I'm guessing here. I mean, let's just hear what everyone else has to say. But I'm just kind of guessing that it's something new, exciting that they hope will bring something to, more to their economy. And so maybe not wanting to give a lot of pushback could be the reason, but is it a good enough reason?
Wow. And hey, if you're in Grand Bahama, call us toll free, 242-300-5720. What do you think? You just going to accept this like this? Yeah, you're just fine, whatever they want to call it. Desperation Island, prostitution point, that's fine. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, good morning.
And good morning, Miss Dana. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Thank God for life, for sure. Poppy here. I think it was Dwight who said it when you first started. A lot of horrible things happening to our children. And I say when Dwight said that, I think it was Dwight who said it, because we get a lot of horrible people in the world. Too much hurting our young children. I don't know if you agree. But Dwight, I know how to, and what the view is on the K-E-Y, different from C-A-Y. It should be the way we have it in the Bahamas, and they should correct it. Some people might think it's too late. Never too late to do what's right. But Dwight, nothing on the chopper yesterday. I hear you do the traffic report, but nothing on why the chopper was here, nothing on the news report. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
Nothing. There's nothing in the newspapers. Let's see.
That's insane, though.
It's really weird. And everybody was talking about it, and
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Yeah, there should be some explanation. Say something. I saw someone say, they were mad. They thought it was the rapture and it was it was payday. And he was like, not on payday, not on payday.
One helicopter? The rapture? Well, that means very few are going to be taken. Wow. Okay. Well, at least from here. Good morning. You're on the air. Good morning. Are you there? No. Call us back. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Toll free 242-300-5720. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hi, good morning. You're on the air. Good morning. Hi, we can hear you.
Yes, Dwight. How you doing?
Doing well.
Yes. The key word today is capitulation.
The key word, eh?
Yes. First, on the helicopter, our news did carry a story on it concerning our joint operations between DEU and DEA. They didn't give any additional information except surveying the island.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we saw that, but I mean, that was not enough information, right?
Yeah, but that's not the first time they've done that on New Providence or on Grand Bahama. Just that this helicopter this time was one of those that make the noise, because they have some that make very little noise.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but on the Grand Bahama, on the key, or K, or whatever you want to call it, essentially what happens is, now remember, this is a 15-year project that has been going on, I think, from the first PLP administration, 2002 to 2007. And so just like the school, it's just finally coming around to happening, multiple locations on Grand Bahama, from East End to now here in Freeport. But essentially what it shows is that the desire of the office of the Prime Minister, the Minister for Grand Bahama, is desperation of marketing that something is happening. Because if you go to the blueprint for change concerning Grand Bahama being the orange capital, the what they call it, the orange economy capital, which is supposed to be the key component of the government, that you have an island that builds a moat around it. They carve a moat around the place for the people to get on and off the boat. And that you would now say that this is the linchpin, imply that this is the linchpin of something happening on Grand Bahama, when we already know that what happens basically on cruise ports or on the other islands, other keys and other islands, Coco Key and other islands, locations that we have in the Bahamas. Essentially, the Ministry for Grand Bahama need to wake up to the reality that we, the citizens of Grand Bahama, are still waiting for execution of this blueprint for change that was promised in the orange economy, the digital things that's going to happen, the accelerators and the hubs and all those different things. Nothing has been happening because we are looking for the legislative agenda that create the ecosystem for it to happen.
Well, I suggest the people of Grand Bahama are too quietly waiting, and that is why you'll be waiting a whole lot longer.
Yeah,
I think you and a couple other people are the only people who speak out loud about what's going on up there.
But what happens is, let me tell you one thought, right? We speak on the radio, but your media comes to Grand Bahama and it talks to the same old heads for the last 30 years who repeats the same thing. Let's use an example.
Yeah, we run out of time, but the other people aren't willing to talk. So that's a big part of the problem.
But let me just say one thing. When you speak about the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, what happens in Grand Bahama, it's a tripartite agreement between the people of the Bahamas, which is the entire Bahamas and Grand Bahama, the Port Authority, and the licensees. It's not an exclusivity between the licensees, the Port Authority, and the government. And I think it's over the point that the teachers speak to a wider, broad scope of people who do have input and can tell you about the problems rather than a facade of trying to massage it to go away between a small group of people.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's take these calls quickly and we'll get to these text messages. Good morning, caller. What say you? You're on the air. Good morning. Hi.
Me?
Yes. Good morning.
Godly Days Stark University, along with you and your guest, Dwight. Dwight, pertaining to the spelling key, right? Knowing that that company are doing business with you, right? Why don't you speak to the public relation manager pertaining to that?
Who's doing business with it? What do you mean? You mean the government should do that? That's what you're saying? Who?
Well, is the government would give you the contract?
I don't understand what you're saying. What are you talking about?
Okay. The Commonwealth people are doing business with you,
Who's
right?
you? Who's you? You're talking about me?
The radio station.
Why would they? How? For what? When? Where? How?
Do they not advertising with you? With your business?
Haven't
the
heard.
Radio station?
No.
Oh, okay, well then speak to the government about it then.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let's just go back to the text messages.
Yeah.
This person says, I know it's not in today's papers, but what's going on with our power bills? You've been away, I guess. Is that what happened, Texter? They're saying, is there going to be any explanations and justification to these enormous increases? You had a good time. You were off for the summer. It's a fuel surcharge.
Yep, the fuel surcharge.
It's gone up a huge
usage
amount.
Yep.
It won't start coming down until about November. Yeah. So many more months of pain ahead.
And most of us are in the luxury category, over 800.
Well, if you turn on a light, apparently, that's what happens. This person says here, what exactly is the Bahamian experience going to be like? Yeah, well,
it definitely won't be in the name.
This person says, I'm annoyed that they allowed them to spell it K-E-Y rather than C-A-Y. It's assimilation to appease the foreigners, mainly Americans, slowly taking our land from us. Ooh, well, that last part, oh boy. That was just a non-statement by the government, just rambling. Mm-hmm. Someone says here, at this point, y'all are making up stuff. Y'all can't be running on about the name Key, K-E-Y, not being Bahamian when y'all have all type of Haitian programs and hosts on the radio.
How are they connected?
Abort those Haitian talk shows first, then talk. Whip your own, or wipe, I guess it's supposed to be, but there's no E. That's as bad as K-E-Y. Whip your own mouth first.
Wow. Wow. Is this station a Creole station? Does it have a Creole name? This station. Does it?
It depending on how you pronounce Guardian.
Because
who knows?
we're talking about what.
Anyway, okay, that makes sense to you, Texter.
Thanks.
I hear you. Okay. As a cruiser, I love the name using the spelling. Is cruiser what you mean to say here? Because I don't know if that's okay. You love the name. I would love it too if I were in Florida. It'd be nice.
Yeah,
Very
Florida.
nice. Very nice. But alas. So if they trademark the name Celebration Key KEY, do you think they could trademark the name Celebration Key CAY as a blocker so that no one else can use the name Celebration Key because the pronunciation is the same?
They probably haven't thought about that. Seriously.
Well, if you think you would be allowed to call anything Celebration Key, CAY, if you think the government, which will allow certain people to do whatever they want, would allow you to do that, you also have not been here very long. But okay. Another one here. I agree, this is total garbage. Just another example of Bahamians who are only Bahamian for a few perks.
Yeah.
Oh. Another one here. We are a whole of a country, and will sell or compromise on everything on the altar for a few dollars. Trust me, they will not change the spelling because a few suitcases of money. Okay. Good morning. The chopper was flying over a boat full of illegal immigrants. That was in the video I saw yesterday. Okay. Well. I know. What's this? I noticed something that is extremely annoying. I feel a lot of police officers are only on the force for power. Every morning they're pushing through traffic with these cars. They're always in a rush, but can never make it to an active crime scene in a timely fashion.
They should really have some more information about the choppers, though. They should come back. You basically uprooted the entire east with these low helicopters making a lot of noise, waking people up early in the morning. There should be some explanation to say, hey, this is what's happening, and
This person says that the government used Chat GPT for that statement. No, I believe AI is much smarter than that. AI would.
You think they would have picked up on key CAY?
This is an offensive statement. I cannot write this. This will offend the people of your country.
You know what?
Do not do this, ministry.
No.
Do not do this.
I'm just going to say...
Your friendly AI.
When they read it, they read CAY, even though it said... I just want to give them the benefit of the doubt, though. I just want to... I believe that when they read it, even though it says KEY, they read CAY because, it's pronounced the same.
Or maybe the Chat GPT changed it. It's like,
I don't know.
What is this? This has got to be KEY because it's spelled that way. Yeah. Anyway. Oh boy. This is the suggestion I had. I like prostitution point. That's what one of the texters is saying. I just want to see how they would follow through with that theme. Now, should it be point with an E on the end? Or just, good morning. Why is this administration so secretive with the penalties levied against sun oil or folk oil for the fuel on Exuma? Okay. What? Okay, I don't understand that one. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight, and good morning to your co-host.
Hi, good morning.
I have a question. Did you guys hear anything about the police are now talking to you about towing stuff behind your vehicle?
No, I haven't heard that.
Because I saw a clip on someone showed me a clip on social media where they're saying that as of next week, they will be booking you for towing hot dog stands and boat trailers and boats and stuff on it because you are supposed to have a commercial driver's license to do such. I never heard about that. I was just checking to see if you guys heard anything about it.
That's interesting. I don't know. We're going to check into that. But I can't imagine if the boat is for recreational purposes. That's very interesting. But we'll look into it.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. All right.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Okay. Let's take this call. Good morning. You're on the air. Hi. Good morning. No. Okay. Yeah. So.
Well, based on our poll this morning, more people look for CAY than KEY, and perhaps that's enough evidence for them to go back to the table and make the amendment to the name. Do you think that's enough?
No. If they already have the ministry's endorsement, the government has fully endorsed the name, the key to success.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, in a statement, she said the key unlocks. So she's thinking about unlocking a door versus an island key. So that's the rationale.
Call it key, K-E-Y-C-A-Y.
No, you can't call it K-E-Y-C-A-Y, Dwight. That just sounds...
Key. We got the key to this key.
No, that sounds crazy.
Oh,
no,
well, celebration key with K-E-Y is just as crazy
Yeah.
to me. Man. All right. So we're going to squeeze in one more call before we take the break. Let's see if we can get this in. Good morning, caller. You are on the air.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to know what's the difference with key as a single island, a little key by itself, as compared to a key. That's number one. Are we prepared to change Key West name from KEY also?
Well, we aren't. We don't have
That's
anything to do with
Bahamian.
that.
Yeah.
That is a totally different country. In the Bahamas, it is CAY.
You're saying we want to know everything has to have a Bahamian name to it. I'm a Bahamian. I'm proud to be a Bahamian. But does an entity have a right to its own name, or there are laws stated that they must have a Bahamian name or spelling for a particular destination? My thing is, I believe that the word key in this case was used as an incentive because of the largest vessel that Canberra owns, which is Celebration. And they might have been using, I might be wrong, of course, but I believe that they're using that as the key to everything else that comes to the island. Of course, it's always mentioned that it's the Bahamas, so cruisers will know where they're going, but I think it's unique to say Celebration Key, the key to every other cruise or fun time that comes here.
You work for the Ministry of Grand Bahama, or you
I work
associated with
for
Carnival?
nobody. I'm a retired
Very
citizen.
Interesting.
I'm a Grand Bahamian.
Well, Carnival's rival, RCI, has Coco Key, spelled C-A-Y, and as a
separate, mind you, Dwight, it's a little island by itself, or key off by itself. This particular venture is on a part of the island structure.
Yeah.
So it's not really a key. I mean, it could be used if you so desire, but it's a part of the island structure, and I don't see why it should be has to have the name Key C-A-Y there. I think it's an unnecessary discussion, really.
I hear you.
Dwight.
An interesting point.
Thank you.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
You've got a whole lot of places inside, in the interior of an island, call themselves island.
Yeah.
Or, right? But I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it there. Carnival will do what they wish, and the government has endorsed it.
Yep.
And the Bahamian way of doing it,
It's the key.
well, we hope they unlock bountiful
Unlocks. Yes.
treasures,
Yes.
and that there's lots of celebrating after it. We'll be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Sweet home Grand Bahama. Music, please. Oh, I'm coming home to you. Music, please. Sweet home Grand Bahama. Music, please. Nowhere else would ever do. Music, please. Come cracking practice in September. Them boys of East could crack a conch. We took that long drive in October. I remember friends cracking, joking, getting drunk. Christmas time was the best time. Sticking magazine on the walls. Bringing sign for the front yard. Buying spoons was our Christmas balls. Sweet home Grand Bahama.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
We have dedicated mortgage specialists that provide sound advice and helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. Best of all, the RBC mortgage team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
Time for your first good traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Start your home journey with an RBC mortgage today. Now we're seeing heavy traffic on the streets in New Providence. We've got Milo Butler Highway, heavy traffic from well south of the Fire Trail roundabout all the way up to Tawny Boone's Darling Highway. That's northbound mainly. And eastbound on Fire Trail to the roundabout with Milo Butler Highway. Also busy for you right now. Then we've got Independence Drive. Independence Drive, heavy traffic westbound to Blue Hill Road. Blue Hill Road, building traffic northbound, north of Soldier Road to that same roundabout. And even further up as you make your way toward Cordo Avenue. Further south on Blue Hill Road near Carmichael, there's some congestion there. And St. Vincent, as you approach St. Vincent, you're heading northbound. You're going to be seeing that in front of you at this hour. Elsewhere, already in Robinson, things are getting busy between Soldier and Old Trail. Old Trail, we're backed up northbound to Robinson. And then Soldier Road, north of Robinson and Prince Charles Drive on the way to Village Wolf and Bernard Road looking busy. Bernard Road near the schools in the area, heavy traffic there. And we're seeing it now. The Eastern Road traffic is back after a couple months during the summer break, and starting from just east of Fox Hill to about Johnson Road. Westbound is going to be a slow crawl for you this morning. Pockets along Prince Charles Drive at the major intersections this morning. And we're seeing the building traffic on Carmichael westbound to Coral Harbor Road. That's your real-time traffic and your morning blind traffic alert, brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with RBC today. And time for another check of your weather, brought to you by Easy Car Sales. We've got two big hurricanes on either side of us, but no direct hits, but they are impacting our weather. So we've got Hurricane Franklin to the east of us. That's generating sea swells along Atlantic coastlines. And Hurricane Idalia to the west of us, producing shower activity for the northwest Bahamas through tonight. There's also a risk of waterspout activity, and beachgoers should be alert for rip currents and rough seas along east and northeast coastlines. And we're expecting another hot day with triple-digit heat indices. For today, for the northwestern islands, variably cloudy, hot and breezy with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms through tonight. For the central and southeastern Bahamas, partly sunny, humid, and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms, becoming fair and warm with the passing shower tonight. Temperatures getting up to 95 Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius. The heat index again in the triple digits today. Will feel a lot hotter than that. And overnight lows tonight getting down to 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In your extended outlook, high pressure will begin to build across the area, and sea swells will subside as Franklin moves further away from the area. Shower activity will continue in the northwest Bahamas when Idalia emerges into the North Atlantic by Thursday, deepening a trough across the area. So for Thursday, tomorrow, variably cloudy and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms in the northwest Bahamas, mostly sunny and hot with a passing shower in the central and southeastern islands. Friday, cloudy, humid, and hot in the northwestern islands, partly sunny and hot in the central and southeast Bahamas. Isolated showers and thunderstorms over all areas. We'll have the latest on the tropics coming up in our next weather check, but this weather check brought to you by Easy Car Sales. Are you shopping for a new car? Before you decide, compare. Easy Car Sales invites you to try an electric vehicle, experience the power, the smooth, quiet ride. Find out how you can dump the gas pump and save thousands of dollars a year in fuel and maintenance costs. Take a test drive and enter for your chance to win a tablet every week during the month of August. Drop into Easy Car Sales on Gladstone Road or visit easy242.com to find out more.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Wherever you're headed, the Custom Computers Know-How team is standing by to help guide you in the East and the West. We now have 2 convenient locations on Patton Street in Palmdale and our newest store in the Caves Village Shopping Plaza through the Blake Road entrance. Discover the latest products by top international brands and the knowledge you need to unleash tomorrow's technology today. Drop by Custom Computers out east or out west. We're open Saturdays from 10 till 4.
As we continue to celebrate 50 years of independence, there is no better way to reflect on where we came from than to reconnect with the Family Islands. Visit BahamasResidence.com and take advantage of the 2 fly free from Nassau deal. Make your next trip to the Family Islands more affordable. If you're planning family beach days in Eleuthera, taking the plunge in Andrus's many blue holes, spoon fishing with the guys in Acklands, or simply rejuvenating with Cat Island's bush medicine. With the 2 fly free from Nassau promotion, there's no better time than now to visit the Family Islands. So explore the Exuma Keys, plan a retreat to Abaco, take the kids to historical San Salvador, escape to Long Island for a quick girls trip, lay low in Bimini, or enjoy a romantic trip to Rhode Island. There is an island waiting just for you. Fly free from Nassau to your choice of 10 islands and 35 participating hotels. Book your trip today. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details and begin your Family Islands getaway.
There's a new electric vehicle in town, the Jack brand of SUVs, trucks, sedans, and commercial vans, available only at Easy Car Sales, home of the fully electric vehicle. For a powerful, smooth ride at a fraction of the cost to drive, leave the pump behind and hit the road with Jack. Visit easy242.com to see our brand new Jack models and drop into Easy Car Sales for a test drive. It'll have you singing. Hit the road with Jack, and don't you pump gas no more.
Too many debt bills? Overdue on loan payments? Improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Shrink your debt payments with a debt consolidation loan and built-in savings that pays you 5% interest. Call 352-6676.
What if your business had one device that streamlined the management of your workforce? What if that device had fingerprint biometrics and Face ID to ensure secure and reliable identification? What if your employees can use HID card tapping for quick and easy clock-ins? How about PIN entry to easily manage your diverse workforce? TriBlock HR's new clock-in device does it all, making your human resources needs simple and effective. So there's no more need for the what-ifs of HR.
Contact us today at 812-2194 or tryblockhr.com/timeclock. Schedule your free demo.
Doctors Hospital has reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. We understand that your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnoses and true personalized treatment begins. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshosp.com.
Indulge in an experience that awakens your senses with Nescafe Gold. Premium Arabica coffee beans, carefully selected, roasted to perfection, and finely ground, resulting in a unique and unmatched flavor and aroma that captivates the senses. Enticing aroma, smooth taste. Elevate your coffee experience with Nescafe Gold.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Calling all junior and senior high school students, you could win a brand new iPad for the new school year. Enter the Play-Doh Alpha Design Essay Competition. All you have to do is write a strong and convincing essay on the topic, what does going digital mean to you? For junior high students, your word limit is 1,000 words. For senior high students, your word limit is 1,500 words. To enter, email your essay along with your name, school, and grade level, as well as your parents' contact information to alpha@platoalpha.com by Friday, September 22nd. The winners will be announced on Guardian Radio on September 29th. The winner for each category walks away with a brand new iPad. It's the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition, powered by Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 4224796. Standard text rate supply. And now at 8:20, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. Got a lot going on weather-wise. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning now up until 9:50 a.m. for New Providence, Northern Exuma, Eleuthera, Abaco. The Department of Meteorology says that the radar and satellite imagery is depicting clusters of showers with embedded thunderstorms moving northeast towards and across these areas. Showers and thunderstorms associated with the outer rain bands of Hurricane Idalia. And some of these showers will be locally heavy, and thunderstorms will be strong to severe at times, causing strong gusty winds, dangerous lightning, heavy downpours, hail, and possible waterspout or tornado activity. Localized flooding is also possible during these storms. Boaters should seek safe harbor, and residents in the warning area should stay indoors and away from windows. Again, a thunderstorm warning that was issued at 7:50 until 9:50 a.m. for New Providence, Northern Exuma, Eleuthera, Abaco, and their adjacent waters. So, as we've been telling you, we've got dual hurricanes on either side of the Bahamas. Franklin out in the Atlantic. That continues to generate sea swells on our Atlantic coast shores. And Hurricane Idalia out in the Gulf of Mexico, approaching Florida, producing shower activity over the northwestern islands through tonight. For today, for the northwest Bahamas, variably cloudy, hot, and breezy with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms through tonight. For the central and southeastern Bahamas, partly sunny, humid, and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms, becoming fair and warm with the passing shower tonight. So when it's not raining, it's going to be hot. We're looking at highs getting to around 95 Fahrenheit, 35 Celsius, but the heat index will make you feel like it's in the triple digits again today. Overnight lows tonight getting down to 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In your extended outlook, high pressure will begin to build across the area as sea swells will subside as Franklin moves away from the area. Shower activity will continue in the northwest Bahamas, though, when Idalia emerges into the North Atlantic by Thursday, deepening a trough across the area. So for Thursday, tomorrow, variably cloudy and hot with isolated showers and thunderstorms in the northwestern islands, mostly sunny and hot with passing showers in the central and southeastern islands. Then Friday, cloudy, humid, and hot in the northwest Bahamas, partly sunny and hot in the central and southeastern islands with isolated showers and thunderstorms over all areas. In the tropics, in addition to Franklin and Idalia, We've got Tropical Depression 11 as well, a broad area of low pressure associated with a tropical wave located near the Cabo Verde Islands has a 60% chance of formation later this week, and the trough of low pressure, the remnants of GERT, has a low 10% chance of reforming over the next couple of days. All right, so the latest on Franklin, Idalia, and Tropical Depression 11. So Idalia has become a Category 4 hurricane, and it is approaching the Big Bend of Florida. And so it is going to make landfall near Cedar Key, K-E-Y, in Florida, about 90 miles south of Tallahassee. Idalia is moving toward the north-northeast at 10 miles per hour. Idalia is expected to reach the Big Bend coast of Florida this morning. Maximum sustained winds are near 130 miles per hour with higher gusts. Idalia could continue to strengthen before it reaches the Big Bend coast in just moments. And then we've got Franklin. Franklin is a large hurricane producing significant surf, rip currents, and more along the eastern seaboard of the United States, and again impacting us as well. Tropical storm conditions are expected in Bermuda later today. As of 5 o'clock, it was only about 205 miles west-northwest of Bermuda. Franklin is moving toward the northeast near 13 miles per hour. And on the forecast track, the center of Franklin expected to pass to the northwest of Bermuda later today. Maximum sustained winds are near 110 miles per hour. Additional weakening is forecast over the next several days. Then we've got TD11, Tropical Depression 11. It's a meandering depression, only expected to last another day or so, though. As of 5 o'clock, it was about 810 miles east-southeast of Bermuda. Depression 11 is moving toward the east at 1 mile per hour. A slightly faster northward motion is expected to begin in about a day. Maximum sustained winds are near 35 miles per hour. The system is expected to become a remnant low within a couple of days. So again, a lot going on. We've got that severe thunderstorm warning for portions of the northern Bahamas, and so keep that in mind. We'll keep you posted on that, but that is your weather check brought to you by Bahamas First Insurance. Visit firstonlineinsurance.com and select a Bahamas First agent to purchase, pay, or renew your car or home insurance 100% online, or just stop by any Bahamas First agent. Bahamas First, celebrating 40 years as the first Bahamian general insurance company. What's first for you comes first for us. And time for another check of your traffic for this morning, brought to you by RBC. Start your home journey with an RBC mortgage today. In your real-time traffic, things looking busy out there. A number of hot spots to tell you about. We've got Independence Drive, heavy traffic both directions now between the roundabouts, East-West Highway and East Street, and then Blue Hill Road. So both directions, as we said, especially westbound, are going to have many issues there. You might want to take an alternate route. If you can get to Soldier Road, that's going to be a challenge, but if you can, that might be better for you, especially if you're heading westbound, or Robinson Road for westbound. And then we've got Blue Hill Road. It's busy as you approach that roundabout, and north of it, straight up to Cordo Avenue, even up to Wolf Road, you're going to be seeing issues there. East Street as well, from the downtown area straight up to about Wolf Road, and then further south on East Street South between Sapodilla Boulevard and the roundabout with East-West Highway. So that area, not pretty. Then we've got Milo Butler Highway, heavy traffic from Fire Trail straight up to Tawny Williams-Darling Highway. Westbound on Tawny Williams-Darling Highway, also busy for you. Glaston Road looking better as an alternate route this morning. Carmichael near the Faith Avenue and Milo Butler Highway junction there, that is looking congested. And we've got building traffic on Carmichael westbound to Coral Harbor Road. Then there's pockets along Prince Charles Drive, especially at Beatrice Avenue. That's going to be busy for you, but especially at Soldier Road and Robinson Road. That entire area, Robinson straight up to about East-West Highway, bumper to bumper for you westbound. Old Trail also busy. And Soldier Road, a mess just north of that area, heading toward the intersection with Bernard, Wolf, and Village. Bernard Road congested near the schools, and Eastern Road clearing up a bit, but slow going as you get closer to Johnson Road if you're heading westbound. So we're back to the heavy traffic in the morning, folks. That's your morning blend traffic brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with RBC today.
Whether you're looking for your first or new home, or even using your existing home as equity, RBC understands that your journey to home ownership is unique, and your mortgage financing should reflect that. That is why at RBC we have dedicated mortgage specialists that provide sound advice and helpful solutions to make your dream home a reality. Best of all, the RBC mortgage team is mobile, flexible, and will meet you almost anywhere. Visit rbc.com/take 60 seconds to connect with an RBC mortgage specialist.
Nassau is the capital, Bahamas. Bimini is the gateway, Bahamas. 1492, Columbus landed. 1973, we were free. From Nassau to Inagua, Bahamas. From Freeport to Niguana, Bahamas. Tourists love our country, Bahamas.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking with Colleen about their Customer Appreciation Day, which is today. We'll get all the details about that in just a few. And later in business, we're talking about the electric car movement and easy car sales. Always a lot of exciting things happening with them. And so coming up in business, I just want to quickly touch on some other issues in the news. So again, follow carefully what's happening with the dengue issue, and this is said to be, which is hard to believe because the people who tell you they've had dengue will say that it was an experience they never want.
I've never met anyone that had it.
Really?
Really?
No, I've met a few, and they say that was not pleasant at all, and if that was not the severe type, which is what they're seeing now, well then God help.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah, I see they're asking people to throw out sitting water in buckets or containers to just like walk around your home and see where you have any place where mosquitoes can hatch to try to prevent it, which is always better than the cure. Prevention is always better than the cure.
Absolutely. And you'd be surprised what can hold water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Even some of the plants.
I was going to say, I noticed a leaf had fallen and it was, and rain collected in it. It was just sitting there like that. Right?
Yeah.
So it can, that's all it takes for those little critters to.
And they say they have about 16 hospitalizations, eh? Is it 16? Or a number of hospitalizations.
Well, 5 of the 21.
Okay,
still.
5 of the 21. Okay.
Yeah, and 16 have tested for the serotype that is the more severe form. So that is scary. Yeah. All right. So, okay, we mentioned this. We didn't talk about it, but let's get your views on it very quickly. This crazy story. Man attempts to abduct toddler. A 50-year-old man arrested after he attempted to abduct a 2-year-old girl from her mother in a supermarket.
Insanity.
In southwestern New Providence.
Pure insanity. We just had another abduction the other day of was she a 9-year-old child abducted by. And they found the person and arrested him the next day. I think we kind of spoke about that. He picked her up in a car and took her somewhere. So it's definitely on the rise. And we have to be very vigilant as parents. It's a good thing that mom was paying attention and, was able to see her trolley moving. Because only God knows what would have happened.
Yeah, he attempted to push the cart away
Right,
from the mother.
right.
The mother was able to remove the child and alert security.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just insane. Let's hear from you really quickly. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. I hope people are paying attention to the ages of the people
They're
who are
so
being...
young.
What? No. You
Oh,
mean the
you
girls.
mean the girls are so
The
young,
girls,
but
the children are young.
yeah, they're just
But
grown men.
These are not young people. And call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hi, good morning. Are you there? We hear you. No. Okay. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259.
You and these text messages. You
Do I
kill
wanna
me.
read this? I don't know if I want to read this. Caller, while I read this text. Good morning. You're on the air.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay, you're very low. Dwight, what could be used for dengue? After I hang up, you could, whilst you're on there, Google it. The papaya leaf.
Oh, okay.
You pull it up, the papaya leaf. And Dwight, one time years ago, when you look in the United States, that abduction is happening all the time, But now, it's just creeping slowly here in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
And so parents got to be careful. Even some parents dropping their children off to school early in the morning, and sometimes they don't even wait till the security come. They just drop them on the corner and say, you finish walk. That is very, very dangerous. Hop with your car, carry that child in the gate, make sure she's in the gate before you pull off. So that's very important.
Yeah.
But just pull up the papaya leaf for dengue. Just Google it, and you'll see what a big difference that will make.
What do you do with it?
Pardon me?
What do you do with it?
You just boil it or heat the water hot, and just steep it.
Okay.
Okay.
And make a tea from it.
Okay.
Yep. You Google it, and you'll tell me it's scientific.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right,
Appreciate it. This texter says that 50-year-old had to be joking around. Maybe it was a prank and not intentional. Now, why would that be? Does that make any sense to you, texter? Really, why? Why would, first of all, big, gray old man, as you say, one would say. What type of prank with someone's child?
Right. That just doesn't make sense. Like, this is a stranger. You pull a prank with a stranger, you take someone's child. Like, come on now, mothers. Y'all know y'all about to go crazy if some stranger come up and try to take your child. So he would have to be insane to try to pull a prank like that.
Well,
He
might actually be. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Dwight, how are we doing?
Doing well.
Yeah, I know, but no, I'm prank. But we have a lot of domestic issues, especially in the United States, where abductions happen when someone takes their child away from the other partner for years, and then they take the child away. That you have a lot of possibilities with that too, domestic. I don't know if you're all aware of that.
Yes.
Yeah,
but that's not
a
what's
woman or man. They grab the child and can't find the child, and next thing 5 years later, they found the child with the mother or the father somewhere in Mexico.
Yeah, that's not what's happening here, though.
No. We can't say that. I only just saying to you.
It's not
every
what's
case is
happened.
different.
Yes, but that's
so
not.
that's how I look at it.
That's
Every
true.
case is different.
But we know.
You have domestic issues happening in this country, boy.
And in none of the situations that we've had so far.
Well, so
been
far I agree,
situation.
but I'm just saying, when police investigate, this is how they investigate.
Okay.
I don't like to say things before time. You investigate, see what's going on.
Okay.
Thank you.
My goodness. In this story, the woman does not know him at all.
She hasn't said that the person was known to her.
Right.
Yeah.
And in any event, you can't do that. Yeah. So whether it's domestic or not, you can't kidnap the child.
It's crazy though. But what our caller said earlier about parents being a bit more vigilant, it's kind of rough because if you have parents that need to be to work at a certain time, they're in between a rock and a hard place. They have to drop their kids off to school. They feel the school environment is safe to take their kids. we have to get back to the place where we're teaching children stranger danger. We're teaching children to scream like we used to back in the day, have passwords if someone is coming to pick you up, because as you can see, it's becoming more and more perverted. So we have to take some of that responsibility and not have our heads in the air about, certain environments being safe. So we have to really, really go back into, we don't want to scare our children, but we also want to make sure that they are aware of what to do in the instance that someone that they don't know try to take them.
Yeah. And this final text as we go to the break, this person says, if the laws in the country need to be amended, too many people are getting away with serious crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and enforced, too. I think off air, Dwight and I were having a conversation about the fact that we have laws and they're just not enforced. You roll out these laws and there is no enforcement. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's take this call and then we'll have to take our break. Good morning, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, thank you. I just want to call in and say that lately we have a lot of people who came in, illegally from Haiti and other places. Now, upon all that happening, lately being having a lot of kidnapping, and this stuff is going on in Haiti. So I don't want the people to turn a blind eye. Every day you look in the newspaper, they're applying to change their names to Bahamian names. Every day in the Tribune. I don't want my Bahamian people to ignore it. Lately we've been having a lot of kidnapping. Okay, and that's going on in Haiti right now. They're kidnapping children, adults, you name it.
Okay. Well, the one big difference is that they're kidnapping to get ransom, right? That's what's happening in many countries around the world.
Mm-hmm.
These are deviants, sexual perverts who are molesting our children. And we see the names of the people who are charged when the police are able to make an arrest. And I don't know if that fits in with what you're suggesting. So that's very serious what you just said, and we have to be very careful with the things we say, because it's not quite adding up. In some situations, I'm sure it's happening, but not across the board. And so there's a big difference there. And and these things have been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's been a spike in recently,
months.
Right? But we are...
I think they're being reported more.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Let's take a break. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Flamingo from Inagua, Bahamas. That island started Ricky Cray, Bahamas. Happy Independence, Bahamas. Happy anniversary, Bahamas.
It's been 35 years since Custom Computers was founded, and we'd like to celebrate that milestone by thanking you, our clients and customers. You've inspired 35 years of expert service and support, partnering with the world's leading brands like HP, Apple, and Microsoft. We take pride in setting the bar for what you expect and deserve from a homegrown Bahamian business. We're here to serve you when you need us, so call 396-1101. Custom Computers, raising the standard since 1987.
Jump back in gear and save with BWF's End of Summer Explosion store-wide and tent sale. Up to 30% off. Monday, August the 28th through Saturday, September the 2nd. Save big on appliance combo specials, ductless AC units, barbecue grills, household supplies, kitchen and outdoor cooking supplies, junk canoe and craft supplies, rechargeable and battery-operated fans, and so much more. Calling all teachers who are still preparing those classrooms. This sale is for you. Come and check us out for your bulletin board materials. BWF, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. BWF, we're more than just our name. Located number 13 Wilton Street. Call 394-000-4-6. Check us out on Facebook. We also ship to the Family Islands.
At Wendy's, we are different. We don't just use beef. It's fresh, never frozen. Our burgers are square because we never cut corners. Served hot off the grill with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and American cheese. We believe in fast food done right. Always serving fresh, never frozen beef. Order a hot, juicy Dave single, double, or triple. Made with fresh, never frozen beef. Now only at Wendy's. Different inside and out.
Grab your camera, capture the spirit of the Bahamas, and win cash and prizes. Scotiabank, in partnership with the Guardian Media Group, invites all youth, amateur, and professional photographers to enter the Celebrate Bahamas 50 photography competition, being held under the theme One Nation, One Legacy, Our Future. With more than $8,000 in cash to be won, snap those photos and send them in by August 30th. Visit GuardianTalkRadio.com or bs.scotiabank.com to find out how to enter. Let's celebrate our proud nation in photos. Terms and conditions apply.
Wherever you are in the world, Cleveland Clinic's world-class care is here for you. From Ohio to Florida to London, Cleveland Clinic treats thousands of patients every year. Ranked number 2 in the world by Newsweek, you can trust our caregivers to enhance your experience across each step of your treatment journey. For every care in the world, learn more at clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Too many debt bills? Overdue on loan payments? Improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Shrink your debt payments with a debt consolidation loan and built-in savings that pays you 5% interest. Call 823-4374.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean and Kalina showing how much they care about their customers today. We've got a lot of special information to let people know about. We've got Vice President of Life Operations at Kalina, DeAndre Lewis, with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Dwight. How are you today?
Doing well. Great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
It is our pleasure. It is our pleasure. All right, so let's talk about this, what's going on, and the stuff that you want customers to know about.
Right. So we've been here with you a few times before, just telling you about our digital journey that we've been making at Kalina. In 2017, we made it possible for our customers to get a quote for their life insurance and individual medical policies online, and then we moved to allowing our clients to be able to make their payments online and introduced the first version of our policy owner portal, which gave our clients a snapshot view of their individual life policies. We found during, after Dorian and during COVID, that was a lifesaver for so many clients who would not have been able to physically come into the office, but they were able to go online and find their information. If they needed to make a payment, they were able to go online and make a payment. And so over the years, we've been building on that. And so we recently launched our unified policy owner portal. And that built on what we had already been doing. So on the life insurance side, you're now able to go online. You're able to get your notices. You're able to see what your premiums due are. You're able to see what your policy values are. If you need or want to make a policy loan or get the dividends off your policy, you can do that without coming into the office. And nowadays, everybody is about convenience, convenience, convenience. They want to do it when they want to do it 24/7.
Yeah. Well, most of us. There's a few people who stuck in their ways.
They are, and our offices are open 9 to 5 to serve them.
I was going to ask you, what can you do to get them to not be afraid of the digital journey?
I think COVID helped with that somewhat because they had no choice but to go online and make a payment, for example. And we've seen that the uptick that we saw in online transactions after COVID has continued, and some of that has been maintained. So we're working on getting clients more comfortable. I think there are some things that clients want to see when they do an online payment. We've heard them, and we're looking at putting in place those things just so that they're more comfortable with going online and making payments, or going online and applying for whatever it is they need to get.
Yeah, and you can do everything online.
You can do everything online. There's no need to come into the office. And we have, the days of checks are going out. So you think, okay, well, I go online and I apply for my dividends, and then I still have to come into the office to get the check. No, we also have electronic fund transfers. So you go online, you make your application from the comfort of your home. We get all the information that's necessary. We process it, and we send it to your bank account. You don't need to come into the office at all.
I'm sure people ask, how long does it all take, though? Because if you come in the office, people see you, and it feels like they understand the urgency of things a little better.
Right. So we have 2 dedicated customer service teams. We have our CSRs who actually see our clients who come into the office, and we also have our contact center representatives who are responsible for interacting with our clients who deal with us digitally. So everybody gets priority, and if all of the information is received, we're generally able to turn requests around in 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Okay. All right. That's excellent. That's excellent. All right.
Yeah, and so you troubleshoot online as well. You have a chat option for people to ask questions.
Unfortunately, we don't have an online chat, sort of like a chat bot, but you can interact with us via email. And we have a dedicated number, 356-8400, to reach our contact center representatives, and they'll be able to assist you via the telephone.
Okay. All right. So can you walk people through what they need to do to set things up if they're a Kalina client?
So we're dealing with insurance, life insurance. It's a financial transaction, and so we want to make sure that we safeguard our clients' information. So we need your email address, but we need to know that the email address that is being given to us is from you. So you may need to visit the office if you have not already provided us with an email address, just to complete a client update form to let us know where you want us to send your information. Once that's done, it's a very simple process. You log on to Kalina.com and select the Policy Owner portal, and you register. You enter your email address, you enter your policy number and some other information, and then you're in. Very simple.
Yeah.
And if you're having a problem with that, give us a call at 356-8400, and one of our contact center representatives will be able to walk you through the steps needed to complete the onboarding.
Right. Any information you need to have, it does ask you for your member IDs and stuff like that, right? Doesn't it?
Right, it does. So our Policy Owner portal now allows you to register with your Kalina life insurance policy number or your Kalina medical, individual medical or group health, and it allows you to register with your Kalina general number. So you have all of your Kalina information in one place there. So you just need to know one of your policy numbers and one or two other bits of information, I think your premium and the email address that you gave to us. Once you've registered with either Kalina Insurance, the medical, or the general, you can then add your additional policies. And so you'll have everything in one place.
Yeah.
So what about the person that doesn't necessarily want to get into the member information, but they want to just make a payment? Is there an option for you to just pay without like logging in and being a member and all that?
There is. We have a separate portal that we allow for payments. So that is kalinapayments.com. And so that will allow you to make payments for, excuse me, your life insurance, your general insurance, your health insurance, and you can also make transfers to C-File through that payments portal as well. So all of this information is available on kalina.com. If you haven't been there recently, I suggest you go and, just surf and take a look around and see what all is available for you.
Mm-hmm. You can cancel policies as well there, so you really don't need to talk to anybody.
Right. So if you want to cancel your policy and you send us an email from the email address that is on file, we will action your request.
Okay. All right. And again, to those folks who are like, no, I'm stuck in my ways. I'm old. What advice would you give them?
I think it's another option that you have, right? Even if you sign up for the policy owner portal, it does not mean that you can never come into the office again, right? And you don't know that you need it until you need it. So you don't want a situation like what we had during COVID where all of a sudden everything was closed. And so if you had not signed up on the portal, then you just had no way of doing business with us anymore or accessing your values anymore. It doesn't cost you anything to have it, so it doesn't hurt. Sign up, test it out. If it's not your cup of tea, continue to come into the office. We'll be pleased to see you.
And if you are having trouble signing up, again, you gave a number.
Give us a call at 356-8400. Or if you want to send us an email us at customercare@kalina.com.
And if you are making a claim, any tips for folks, what they should do, what they shouldn't do?
So I would say if you're making a claim, make sure you have all of your receipts and you upload all of the information that you have. Be as specific as you can with the information that you provide to us. The more information you provide up front, the less information that we need to ask for on the back end, the quicker we'll be able to process the claim.
Is there like a verification process for every transaction? Like if somebody wants to transfer money from an account to C-File, or if somebody wants to fill out for, I don't know, a claim or something, do you do a verification, or is it just really seamless from online application straight through to payment, or is there a middle verification that you're really asking for this?
There is some verification that we do, but it is still seamless to the client because we initiate an action that we don't request that the client does anything else except for apply.
All right, so give us his website again.
So check us out on www.kalina.com. If you have any questions, give us a call at 356-8400 or send us an email at customercare@kalina.com.
Okay. Great. Sounds pretty simple. This is exciting, and we are encouraging more and more companies to go this way so we can get less people on the streets, right?
That sounds good.
And more convenience,
Right,
more
much more
convenience for your
convenience.
customer.
Yeah, DeAndre and Lewis, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll go to the news as well, and then we've got Morning Blend Business. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
What if your business had one device that streamlined the management of your workforce? What if that device had fingerprint biometrics and Face ID to ensure secure and reliable identification? What if your employees can use HID card tapping for quick and easy clock-ins? How about PIN entry to easily manage your diverse workforce? TriBlock HR's new clock-in device does it all, making your human resources needs simple and effective. So there's no more need for the what-ifs of HR.
Contact us today at 812-2194 or tryblockhr.com/timeclock. Schedule your free demo.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan. Island game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan. Dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan. Island game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan. From the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, come play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Hey, Bill, glad to see you back in the office.
Who?
Bill.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you're mistaking me for someone else.
Tom.
Nope.
Jack.
No.
Alex.
No. Want me to just tell you?
Nope, I got this, George.
No, you don't. Still not me.
Adam.
Not even close, man.
We're like a coworker that didn't forget your name. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
Okay, good to see you, Mark Mike John Sean.
It's Mordecai.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas. 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean. And this morning we are talking about the electric car movement and easy car sales. A lot of exciting things happening with them always. Very pleased to have back with us Pia Farmer and Sean Grisette. Welcome back to the show.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to be here.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Bahamas. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so we've got a lot to talk about. A lot going on with you. You all are in the papers today.
It's electrifying.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Fame at last, eh?
Yeah. So I know you're reluctant to talk about it, but tell us about it.
Okay, yes.
You're going to have a new home soon.
We're going to have a new home. Well, we've been looking for a home for about a year, you know. And it's very difficult to find a convenient location, centrally located, accessible, and large enough for our growing company. We're glad to say that we're growing very fast. We're about outgrown Gladstone Road now from a while ago. And we've been looking for a long time, and we found a new home in an auspiciously named location. Abundant Life Road. I love it. I was sold right away. And it's on the East-West Highway, the corner, the traffic light. So we're making plans now. We're designing the car dealership of the future.
Oh, boy.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it's not going to be your usual car dealership. So, but we have a long way to go, you know, between designing and building, and of course deconstructing the oxidated.
Yes, it's been there a long time.
Yes.
Horrible.
Oh boy.
Well, I know. Well, it's my pleasure to clean it up for somebody else.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to see a new skyline. We're going to call it Eco Key, Key.
Oh boy, Sean. Okay.
I had to put that one in there, in fact, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so what's the timeline looking like? How long is it going?
Oh gosh, I hesitate
Really
to put a
can't say.
deadline
Can't
on
say.
it, but if we are in by the end of next year, I'll be very
Okay.
pleased.
Yeah. It's a process. It's a process.
Yeah, it is, and we want to do it right because this is our home for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
But part of it is also planning for the expansion of electric mobility, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we have to make projections on how many cars we're going to be checking up. You know, we don't do service. You don't need a service with an electric car. We just do checkups. It takes a couple of hours. You plug it into a diagnostic tool and you're in and out.
Yeah.
So how many cars are going to be on the road at that time?
Yeah.
For example, how many bays are we going to need? How many areas are we going to need for the different brands?
Right.
Yeah, because we adopted a new baby, Jack.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when you get a new kid, you got to get a new room and make room, extend the house. So that's what we need. Yeah.
Maybe there will be other brands,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
So
right,
we
right.
have to make space for that. We have to make space for a growing electric dream team members.
Oh, yeah.
And also we will be having fast charging stations.
It's going to be fantastic.
So, how much traffic is that going to draw? You're going to be able to park and charge your car fully in, or up to 80% in 30 minutes.
And maybe have a latte while you wait. You know,
Oh, sounds sounding really great.
We're dreaming. We're dreaming.
Right.
We're building our dreams. Yes,
Exactly.
that's what we're doing.
Hey, there you go, BYD.
Having a
All right.
vision, yeah.
This is a lot. Okay, so
So keep
that's
your
the future.
eyes on that lot as you pass that. Is that East-West Highway in Abundant?
East-West,
Yeah.
yes.
Just stare on the side there in the south and just see how it transforms. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned it, Jack. We've been hearing the commercials. Tell us about this and how it's different from the other brands that you have right now.
Well,
Sean?
Jack is our new, as I said, our new baby. We have adopted about 4 or 5 different models and more to come. We have our sedan, the EJ7. We have a nice SUV, the EJS4. The M3, we have a minivan and a cargo van. And then we're bringing in the big, huge box trucks and flatbed trucks for the commercial and logistics area. And so we hope very soon to add a bus. And then we also have our...
How big a bus were you talking
Well, we're trying to, replace these gas
jitney type
guzzling
That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Wow.
jitneys. We're looking into that. And of course, the T8 pickup truck.
Oh, yes, that's here.
Yes, that
the
is here.
pickup truck. Oh, my goodness.
So it is just so much that we have just added, and and those the sales have been great on the Jack line.
So what it is half of our clients are commercial clients. So they are buying vehicles for their businesses because their costs are being drastically reduced. When you think about paying $6 a gallon or close to $6, I don't know. I can't
What is it now? What is it now?
$5.94 to $5.98.
Oh my goodness!
Okay.
That's a chicken
Insanity.
snack, man. What's going on?
So
It used to be. Yeah.
if you drive electric, you'll spend $1.50 to $2 to go the same distance as a gallon of gas.
Yeah.
So you are making a huge savings in business when you have a fleet that's electric.
Yeah.
And about half of our clients are businesses. So we wanted to provide more vehicles for their fleets so that they can, have the edge over the competition, as it were.
Yeah, and one of the key things with business is, the maintenance, the downtime with these diesel and gas vehicles, and they don't experience that with electric cars. We ask them, them to bring them in twice a year. Takes about 30 minutes on a diagnostic tool, and they're back in business. So that's why it's so popular with the businesses. We have major companies using our electric cars and have been for many years.
And also if you have solar, because a lot of businesses are putting solar on their warehouses. And so if you have solar, these cars are solar ready. So you can charge from solar.
Yeah.
So then you don't even spend money on BPL. And that's the ideal. The ideal is solar on the roof, whether a business or a home, and an electric car in your driveway. You know? That's the plan, and that's the future.
Yeah.
So could you believe it? We started about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago with
7.
one model. We have now 13 different models.
Wow.
So there's basically an electric car for everyone, for every price point, for business, personal use, taxi cabs, you name it. And so just go to our website, easy242.com. That's where you can see you can see the entire selection. You can get all the details, all the specs, and all of the features. These are feature-rich modern vehicles with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all the modern conveniences, 360 cameras. I mean, you name it. All of the high-tech features are in these
You've got
vehicles.
CarPlay, so you don't have to be holding your phone while you talk.
I don't think that'll work with Bahamians. I think
They
it's,
still want to hold it?
Yeah, it's
against
like
the law, though. Although that doesn't mean anything
There
to
are
people
no
around here.
enforcement.
Right.
No, I think it's an emotionally support device. Even though you could do it, hands-free,
I love that.
you still need to
You
hold
love
up.
to crane your neck. and
I
talk.
see people driving and just doing this, just holding their phone. They're not talking to anyone. They just have to have
Wow.
it.
But you
anyway.
mentioned the prices, and there's still the perception that this is out of the reach. This is for the rich people. These are rich
Right.
people toys.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is that for now we sell new vehicles. So not everybody can afford a new vehicle, and so I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Most of my life, I never had a new vehicle in my life. I still drive the second-hand electric vehicles.
One day, Pia, one day you'll have a new car. One day.
But so from that point of view, yes, you have to invest in a new vehicle. What you're doing is you're investing on a fixed cost for your fuel, as it were, because electricity costs don't go up and down the same as this gas cost.
Well,
and
for most of us.
And these cars...
You're on solar, Pia.
Yeah, I am on solar. In fact, I charge 4 cars from solar at home every day.
Wow.
So I don't even see that on BPL or anything. But in any event, so what were we talking about?
But even with the new car prices.
Right.
Yes.
Even so, it's a new car price.
competitive,
But
yeah.
let me say, our cars start at a little below 40K for a new car.
That's not
Plus
bad.
Okay, and soon I'm going to be having one for 37, and that's an SUV, family size.
Yes.
That's coming in a couple of months,
Yeah.
and that's a BYD. That has an 8-year warranty.
Yes.
Okay, and the battery is for the life of the vehicle. And what you're doing is you are investing in your future transportation at a fixed price, more or less, and in reliability and performance are huge as well with an electric vehicle because they just work. 7 years I've been driving electric. I go out, I press the button, it always works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay? I press the accelerator and it always goes. All right? I don't have any problems, and there are much fewer parts in an electric car, so I don't have to spend so much time and effort and money replacing, servicing 1,000 parts that are not in an electric car.
And when you
Now-
talk about acquiring an electric vehicle, you talk about financing. We have very low rates for the commercial banks for electric cars, so that there's a low barrier of entry. This is not a rich person's vehicle. You can get a good rate, a good loan for an electric car, and especially for 8 year with the 8-year warranty. I mean, and low maintenance costs throughout those 8 years, and eliminating your gas bill. When you put all the numbers, the figures together, you're actually saving over that period of time.
So you do in-house financing or all through commercial banks?
No, all through commercial banks at the moment. We are considering going back to financing, which Easy Car before, when it sold pre-owned gas cars used to do.
Okay.
But it's a completely new team now.
We're sorry.
We're since October 2020. This is a new company, so it's really not the old Easy Car. We don't do any gas cars or even hybrids, because hybrids are gas cars. They're just called hybrids,
Fully
but they're
electric.
really, so we only do fully electric cars. But when you compare the prices of new, gas cars,
gas
they're
and hybrids.
our cars are very competitive in price.
Yeah. And
Even-
when you add the savings, you could say that they're less. They cost
Well, they
less.
are over time going to be much less. I mean, this is a proven fact. This is not, don't believe us. Go online and say, compare the cost of an electric vehicle to a gas vehicle. And it's very clear.
Yeah.
Every country, every zone may have a different differential because of the prices of the local electricity and gas.
And we also do leasing. So, if you don't want to go the financing route, you can lease a vehicle, try it out for a couple years, see if you like it, trade it in, get another one, keep the up-to-date model.
But people who are choosing electric are not the rich people like that, It's middle class, normal people who can see the picture.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, if you compare it size by size, these prices are quite comparable, similar
Yes.
to
And then
what we're
let
seeing with
alone-
the gas vehicles.
let alone the fact that then you're not spewing nasty gases and emissions on the road.
How many hurricanes we got going on?
I don't
now?
even want to talk about
the global warming and all of that. Yeah.
But so, it's good for the environment as well as for your pocketbook. And you're not suffering in an electric car. As we said, it has all the features. It's luxurious, it's nice, it's quiet, it's fast. So it's not like I'm not asking you to go back to the horse and buggy.
Right.
Right. And are they made for our roads?
Oh, my goodness, yes. So people don't realize there have been, 500 electric cars so far, nearly going on to 6, hopefully, driving up and down on these roads, in the potholes, in the puddles. All these cars have been driving, because people don't realize the car next to them could be an electric car, because you're not hearing it. You're not hearing the
Right.
And so, but they've been driving on the roads for years, and it's been fine. It's been through all the hurricanes, the floods, the king tides, you name it.
Yeah.
They've
The
been
myths, right.
driving on the road. No one has been electrocuted. No one has been, all of these myths that are out there. So yes, and I've been driving one for about going on 8 years, and I love my electric car. I will never go back
Well,
to
most
gas.
people will never go back to gas. There are
you're right about
international surveys all over the world showing that 90-something% of the people say never again. I had to drive a gas car in Eleuthera last week.
Oh, no. Did you need therapy after that?
I took a picture of my husband putting gas in the car. I swear. And I said, "Oh, how quaint."
Oh boy! Oh boy! All right.
Sorry.
So we know the country. People love their pickup trucks. So this is going to be big. That there is. This is a double cab, right? So
Twin cab. Yes.
Tell us about that and how this compares, if you can, prices and what we're looking at here.
Yeah, well, this particular vehicle will be in the the low 50s, low to mid 50s, depending on your options, and has a range of about 400 kilometers, which works out to be about 240 miles on a full charge. And it it has two row seating, and a cab and the Targo
pickup bed
in the back. It's a regular pickup truck. And,
it's not regular. It looks good.
You won't. It is so it's a really nice pickup truck. And we invite people to come down to Gladstone Road, take a look at it, go to our website, get all the specs. It comes in blue, it comes in gray and white, black. And so this is the first time we're introducing a vehicle of this class on the island, and we invite people to come and take a look.
Yeah.
People are very interested in pickups. I didn't know that people loved pickups so much. Isn't that funny?
The Hamans love their trucks.
And anyone who comes to take a test drive in the next few weeks, every week we're doing a drawing.
What are we doing?
Yes, we're doing a drawing, so you can win a tablet.
Now, this is for August, right? Which is almost done.
September.
You expand.
We decided to extend it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. I actually got all of these tablets, so I have to give them away. And but what it is, it's fun because you can come and experience an electric car and have a chance to win a tablet. We do the drawing every Friday, and you can see it on Facebook.
Now, what if you already have an electric, but you just want to test drive others? Can you still be eligible to win?
Well, we
bring a friend. Bring a friend.
Yeah. Bring your cousin. Yeah. Right. And that's what we find, that a lot of people, they think they know about electric cars, but that you ask them, have you ever driven one? And so this really encourages many people to come down, take a ride, take a test drive. And I tell people before they go on the test drive, I say, look, this is going to change your life.
It comes with a warning. You may never want to drive a gas car.
Oh, my goodness.
But, so this promotion is going on because we invite people to just come and try it out. And it is a very different experience to drive an electric vehicle.
Have you driven one?
No, I haven't, and I have questions because I heard you say that it's good on, so you don't have to worry about gas. You spend less. Right?
Yeah.
And then I also heard you say that it's less maintenance in terms of, having a mechanic, blah, blah, blah. What are the other benefits? Like, sell me. Like, what are the other benefits?
You want more?
Yes, I want more.
More than savings.
Tell me, what else?
So, another thing that you don't know until you drive electric is how soothing it is. It's much more relaxing than driving a gas car because the car is very quiet. You don't hear the world outside.
No vibrations.
It doesn't vibrate and so forth. You're not stressing out as much about wasting your gas as well, sitting there in the traffic.
Yeah.
It also has lovely technology, so I can be making phone calls from my tablet as I'm in the car, receiving calls. I mean, I have my Google Maps and all kinds of things on my tablet. You could even be, if you're parked, you could watch a video. So it's very comfortable. I mean, the car that I drove last actually cools. The seat cools, which is wonderful.
Seat cooling,
you go inside this hot car and the seat gets all nice and cool. That was big.
All
for me.
modern features.
Oh yeah, a lot of people right now, or I hope not, are still in traffic. And so in an electric car, when you're stopped, that stop and go traffic, you're actually recharging. In the electric car, you're recharging your battery.
Okay.
But in a gas car, you're just burning energy. That's
right.
that $6 a gallon of gas.
Well-
It's just going up in smokes. But in an electric car, when you're coasting or when you're slowing down, all of that kinetic energy is being fed back into the battery and extending your range.
And then another important factor is its acceleration and responsiveness.
Oh my
that
goodness.
is
Yeah, the
huge.
torque.
Yes. I mean, not only can you really take off, but if you are in a circumstance where you have to overtake somebody,
really quickly.
or we have to pull out onto the Gladstone Road roundabout every day. That's an experience.
Goodness
So
gracious.
if you have a car that you can really trust, when you press your accelerator, you go. That's really important when I'm pulling out of a corner, that it doesn't struggle to come out.
You don't have to wonder, is this thing going to go?
Can you make it up Collins Hill? You don't have to think about that. Right?
Yes, no, Collins Hill. A little memory. I lived on the top of Collins Hill when I was a student in school, and I used to ride the Swan bus. I don't know if anybody out there is old enough to remember those old school buses, the Swan bus, and it couldn't make it. So I used to have to climb that hill to the top, third terrace, with my school bag.
So your electric car can make that hill. Any other
Very
questions?
easily, I'm sure.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
All right. So our texters, and every time you come, we get the conspiracy theories and all these other things.
It isn't easy.
Drive one first, and
It's
then spout your theories, okay?
Still asking about batteries. Still asking about
They
that
last
and
for the
cost
life
to replace.
They last for the life of the car. Okay?
100% guaranteed.
Well, of course,
8
we
years in the case of BYD. So the standard for the life of a vehicle is about 14 years, according to
Gas
various
cars,
people who
gas.
measure these things. So an electric car will last you that long and more because it doesn't suffer from all the vibrations. It doesn't have irreparable major things going on. It's an electric motor run by an electric battery.
Yeah.
So the batteries are made now to charge about 3,000 to 5,000 times in
Charge
their
cycles,
lifetime. Okay? That's how you measure how long the battery will last. So
that works out to about 1 million miles.
Can you
definitely.
overcharge it?
Oh no.
no, it shuts off. It shuts off.
Yeah, they're regulated by a computer system that keeps them fully charged. Properly charged, and also, properly regulated.
So that thing about the batteries comes from the experience of people who have hybrids, where the batteries do have to be changed. But moving on.
Yeah.
Then from there, the other thing is that the original cars, the original electric cars, only had a very short range. They went maybe 90 miles, the original Leaf.
Right. Yeah.
And those batteries were very new. The technology in
Was
the
new
last
then.
10 years has just increased tremendously. So now the cost is half of what it used to be 10 years ago. And the distance that you can travel is 2 to 3 times what you could travel.
Yeah.
Now, batteries...
We have a vehicle, speaking about range, we have a car that can go 340 miles on one charge. Think of that. That's from here to West Palm Beach and back down to Fort Lauderdale in one charge.
So those are things that are from before, when the batteries were not really what they are today.
Right.
And also, let's say batteries start to lose their ability to hold electricity after a while, a little bit. BYD batteries are about 10% over 10 years. So even if you lose 10% of 250, you still have 225 miles to go.
Yeah.
It wasn't that you used to have to change the battery because they died. You used to have to change the battery because it couldn't take you far enough anymore.
Yeah. But
And
now
so
that's
people
not the
needed to
issue.
upgrade their batteries to be able to go far. I mean, so a lot of these misconceptions come from the early batteries.
Generations of electric cars, but
And
it's not
also,
the case.
let's face it, this is a very different paradigm. This is not your regular car. And people get nervous about change. People are very attached to going to the gas station. They must like it.
I don't know
People are very
why.
attached to gas.
Are you, Dwight?
Used to be.
I don't understand it. And then every time I see that go up there, that makes me nervous, right? $5.98.
Yeah.
This is
And at some point, at one point,
affecting your quality of life.
At one point, it was
It is.
$7, right? At one point, yeah.
Well, when you say affecting the quality of life, I think you have to understand our mission at the end of the day. I know we sell cars and we're trying to change the world and we're trying to improve things in the environment. But really, it's about empowerment and independence. That is what it's about. We want to empower people to stop spending such a large percentage of their limited income on gas and fixing gas cars.
Replacement parts, and
that
transmission
money,
fluid, and
that
oil.
money needs to go into our local economy. It doesn't need to go out to buy more gasoline. And that is our mission, is to empower people. When they become empowered, they become more independent. When then you add solar or a greater mix of solar into our electricity grid, that empowers us even more, makes us more independent, less reliant on fossil fuels. So it's all a process. It isn't going to happen in 5 minutes. But we're making great strides in the Bahamas. We actually have about 10% of the vehicles now, new car sales, electric. That is
We're the
higher.
third, BYD is the third most popular brand in new car sales right now.
I think my husband's listening, so P, I think you should just go ahead and tell him
Okay.
to buy his
Do a
wife.
hard pitch.
Yeah,
I
just
think we have,
he's listening, so just go right ahead and tell him.
We have an SUV with DeCrest's name on
There
it.
you go. There you go. There
Right.
you go.
Okay, we've got oh boy. Is it overt the gas lobby here in the country? Are you running up against any headwinds and challenges? People
No.
like trying to tell you, hey,
Well-
you're going to affect a lot of different types of jobs if you continue this type of talk.
There are new jobs, better paid, cleaner jobs in electric mobility
And renewables.
and renewables. Okay? So
Get on
that
board.
is nonsense. We have now 20-something people working at Easy Car in good paying jobs in a job and in a business that is trying to change the world for the better.
Yeah. And like any revolution, there is disruption. All right.
So,
so
we
you
are
gotta
disruptors.
Just,
So and people
with this one product, we've disrupted the oil, the parts department, the service. Because the whole thing about buying a gas car is you got to come back every 3 months for that service. That's not the case with electric
But
cars.
in any event,
yeah.
I don't think that they're worried about us. The gas and fossil fuel companies are doing very well. Thank you very much. Their profits are increasing all the time. I don't think we are much of a bleep in their radar.
Hopefully, not yet.
And people are still buying gas cars because they're maybe nervous about trying something new. So, and even if people say things like, I don't know, but I've heard that you can get electrocuted in a electric car. We just have to ignore it because anybody who can Google can find the information.
Yeah,
okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, we've got a lot of messages coming in. You can text us as well, 422-4796, or call in 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, or toll free 242-300-5720. Tweet us or Facebook us. This person says here, oh boy, I don't think they know. As you say, Sean, people might not know the car next to them
It's
is
okay.
electric.
It's okay. It's okay to ask a question.
Yeah, they're saying,
Just smell the air around that car, see if it's noxious.
well, this person says, this is the Bahamas.
Oh,
we don't like ugly cars. How do electric cars look?
Show them your car, Dwight.
Oh.
No. Just go to the website and you can see all the
We
different
have
models.
plenty pictures.
I know what they mean.
pictures.
I know what they mean. Some cars are not attractive, but then some gas cars are not attractive. I thought, who knew the Cube was going to become so
Oh, my
popular?
goodness. Whoa.
That's
Why does the Cube
national
Nation
car
come
of
for
the
you?
country. You
But
have
it's
to be careful here.
it's not pretty, you know what I mean? So, but no,
functional.
I understand what they mean. But just go and look and see on the
Yeah.
website.
Open your eyes.
Easy242.com. You can see it there.
Oh wow! All right. How much does it cost on average to fully charge your vehicle?
Okay, so to fully charge your vehicle, it depends on the range and the size of the battery, right? But basically, a good way to compare it is to charge an electric vehicle, you need 4 or 5 kilowatts. Okay? The kilowatts are 40 cents a kilowatt at the highest end in the Bahamas now. So if you use 4 kilowatts, that's $1.60. If you use 5 kilowatts, that's $2. 4 or 5 kilowatts is equal to a gallon of gas. 4 or 5 kilowatts is the same as a gallon of gas, right? So how many gallons do you put in your tank?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Compare that.
And compare that. So, for example, my car, it's probably $10 to charge it, to go
Fully.
250 miles.
And that's how often?
Once a week, I charge it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most people.
That's a big
Yeah,
difference.
So that's more or less. I have a medium-size EV. You know, if you have a powerful thing, or if you have a truck, it's a little different. Depends on the size of the battery. But your standard family SUV, it's probably about $10 a week.
And most of our customers say that they see about an extra $40 or $50 on their light bill versus that's a month
Versus
versus
200.
$200 or $300 for their gas bill. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most times you don't even notice the difference if you only have one car. I mean,
Right.
in my house, we're doing a lot solar, right?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so that's the comparison. It's 4 or 5 kilowatts is the same as a gallon of gas.
And you're getting up to 8 years warranty
Yes.
on a vehicle,
Yeah.
compared to 2 to 3 years
A month.
for
Some are 5, I think.
Some are 5
Some
now.
are 5.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
Brand
right.
new?
But, you know,
Depends on the usage, yeah.
Yeah.
the thing about it is, think about the fan in your house. It's a motor. How much do you have to service, maintain your fan? That's the electric motor in a car. Obviously, it's not
Sophisticated.
It's more sophisticated, but
But that's
it's
the basic
idea.
technology. Yes, it's an electric motor. Yeah.
All right. So I don't think this is correct. This person says, so if the battery is charging while idling, does that mean that you don't need to charge, or can you just leave the car running for a long period without having to charge?
Boy, that's technical.
No, you turn the car off to charge it. I mean, it doesn't matter if you, for example, plug it in the night before and you go in the car and you turn it on, it'll turn on, but it won't go anywhere because you're still plugged in.
Yeah.
So there is no,
Yeah, you get a little bit back when you're in stop and go traffic. It's not the same as being stationary and plugged into a charger. And in fact, there are three ways to charge your car. There's a trickle charge, which you could plug in. And then there's the level 2 charge, which we bundle with all
Your
of our
home
vehicles,
charger.
like the home charger.
I mean-
and to fill up a car, that takes about eight hours or overnight charge. Yeah.
The big, if you're stuck in traffic,
Yeah.
your battery isn't going down.
No,
right?
no. But I
Unlike
mean-
your gas car, where
Right.
you can see that.
The gas gauge.
what it
Gauge
is
go
it
down a
might
bit.
go down a little bit because you're using your air
You're
conditioning
using air
and stuff,
conditioning, yeah.
But I mean,
Or your wonderful sound system.
we're talking about 1 mile reduction in your whole trip,
Right.
that kind of thing. And then the other thing people have to realize that people don't know. When you go to the gas station and you put a gallon of gas in your car, more than half of that gas does not go to propel your vehicle,
No.
It goes up in heat because of the combustion effect. So I hate to tell you, but half of that money you leave at the gas station is just going up in heat, in the form of heat because of the combustion, including also emissions and all of that.
And the
But-
noise pollution.
But so it depends on the charger you have. We also are just bringing in fast chargers, which are going to allow you to charge your vehicle up to 80% in half an hour.
Wow.
From
Coming soon.
low to 80% in half an hour.
Where are those going to be?
So fast charge throughout the islands, because we got multiple islands, so we're really planning. We have a strategy to have them in strategic locations on every island, hopefully.
Starting in New Providence, most likely,
And
right?
how will that work? You have to pay to use it?
Yes, it'll be a service.
Okay.
So you're not paying for electricity, you're paying for the service to have the convenience of a fast charger available to you in in an accessible public situation.
Right.
And I'm sure when you travel, you see these all over the place. The Tesla superchargers, so they're all over the world.
Right now, we have installed with partners, business partners, a lot of free charging around the island. But those are the home chargers, so they're slower. But many people, and when you get one of our vehicles, you get a charger.
Right.
which
Someone's
we
asking
install.
about that.
When you
that
get
is
it's
factored
included
into the price.
Yeah, it's included.
That's bundled in the price, yeah.
So people who buy an electric vehicle have their own charger they can plug in whenever they want, at their convenience, and so forth at home. They don't have to go out of their way and deal with, any other people. But the fast charger is going to be convenient for people who live in an apartment or a condo, somewhere where there's a homeowners association that is not yet enlightened.
Not everyone could accommodate a
So
charger.
that's going to accommodate that. And also a lot of business people will fleets want to use it when they're going around delivering.
Okay. All right.
I just saw my car.
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead. Scroll to the website.
The fleet is beautiful.
So it's called the Tang. Okay, that is our hottest seller, and we have them in stock right now. Come down to
This
Easy
is the
Car
hottest
Sales.
seller? Yeah.
Yes,
It's
the
gorgeous.
Tang. Believe it or not, it's a 3-row SUV, seven-seater.
Wow.
And it's all-wheel drive. It has a range of 310 miles. We have them in all colors: white, black, gray. I think we have one in red.
Just one left.
So come on down. We got test drive the Tang.
But they are everywhere. You do see them.
Oh my goodness.
Those are the luxury level
Oh
ones,
yes,
right?
yes.
Then the
Feature rich. They have all of the features. Yes, the heated or the cool seats.
Yeah, I don't want no heat.
It has this huge
Not at my
sunroof. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All of the tech features. Yes.
Yeah, it's quite an impressive vehicle.
It is.
Yeah, we call it the Beast.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So I think you talked about this already, but this person's asking what's the lowest price new electric vehicle you have?
So it's around 40,000 plus VAT. We are bringing in SUV that we've had here before, which is a nice family 5-seater, and that's going to be about 37 and a half when it lands in a couple months.
Yeah.
So that's the least expensive, and that is plus VAT. But when you look at some of the cars that are being advertised, I'm not going to call any names, they are all around $50,000. So
compact cars.
yeah, they're not.
Yeah, and you got to put that icky gas in them. Yeah.
Comparable, at least, to ours.
It's quite something.
So
Yeah, but I must note that, in other countries, people are getting incentives to get electric cars. In the States, you buy an electric car, you get $7,500. Here we tax electric cars 20%, 10% duty and 10% VAT. And so that's 20% of the cost of the car and versus what's going on around the world. So we encourage, and we've started by encouraging the government and the authorities to lower that barrier of entry, or lower the taxes, so more and more people can adopt this technology.
Now, I've heard
Make
people
that transition.
say, why should the government do that? Because people who are buying electric vehicles clearly have money. Well, what do you say to people with that point of view?
First of all, people that buy these don't clearly have money. They're making a smart investment. They're looking ahead. Also, they may be worried about the climate and our environment. We can't keep on ignoring it. But above all, the reason why the government would do it would be that we have signed on to many international agreements, from the Paris Agreement and all the COPs. I don't know what number we're at now. Okay?
25, 20,
I think it's 8 coming
30?
up.
And in all those agreements, we have said that we will grow the amount of electric vehicles in the government fleet and encourage adoption of EVs because they are more efficient use of our resources.
Yeah.
Even if you're charging from fossil fuels in the grid, it's 4 times more efficient than a gallon of gas going in the car. So we have to be more sustainable. They also allow us to use renewables to charge, which is another thing we are committed to as a nation, our national energy goals are to have 30% renewable mix in our electrical service. So we have to have that as well, and electric cars are a perfect partner to that. Why would you buy a gas car if you have solar?
Yeah.
I mean, you
In
can
fact,
charge from
I
the
think
sun.
the first vehicle we sold was to a couple with solar panels on
Yes.
their house.
They have-
and so it's not only a national thing, adding solar to the grid, but you can make that your personal aim or priority. If you if you own a roof, put some solar on top of it.
And if
You
you're
can-
building,
Yeah.
think about that
Factor
now,
that in.
incorporating that into.
Incorporate that into your financing.
Yeah.
Think ahead, because the next car you buy will be electric. Okay, there are targets in different countries. By 2030, I don't think a new electric car will be allowed to be sold in countries
Several countries,
like the UK and
in Europe and so forth.
So it's here. This revolution is here, and it's you can't stop it.
But it's not a fad.
Right.
I mean, it's because it's
Right.
practical. It's because it's a better technology. What other technology are we using that is as old as that combustion engine? It had its great uses. It was
Yes.
very good. We had the Industrial Revolution. Thank you very much.
We need to have a funeral and a wake. Yeah.
But now we have all the problems that we have to solve.
Yeah.
We can't keep on ignoring the problems that are going on. So and the gas car companies have had the benefit of business for 50, 60 years, unquestioned. Okay? So it's not about it's not fair or it's advantageous. Somebody had to take the risk to go out there, find electric cars, test the electric cars, bring the electric cars, start a business with the electric cars,
Train
support train everybody, offer charging solutions, all of that at their own risk.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So there are checks and balances all around, so we have to be looking at the full picture.
Yeah. Are you encouraging people to, if they are building, to incorporate easy access to charging or to plan that?
Yes.
into
So
the design?
in the build environment, because I have a background in architecture in a past life, so we're talking to many architects. We're talking to even the financing areas where the banks and all that. So to consider solar, to consider making sure there are provisions, maybe if it's in a commercial complex, provisions in your complex for charging. If it's like a condo, like some of the newer condos, we've approached them and they've promised, yes.
We call them, we call them when they're building.
There's a new one out west. I can't call it, but it's circular. And I had because I was there when there was nothing there, and they said yes, this particular one will have fast charging
And
built
also,
in.
Wynn Resorts, we call them, they have a whole bank of chargers as well for their residents. And somebody said to me, the new cruise port has chargers.
Yeah.
I did speak to them at once upon a time, and I'm sure it wasn't because I called them.
It's
but
good business sense.
It's good to know that I'm going to go check it out. Somebody just told me yesterday. So there are more and more chargers being installed now everywhere.
And it's cheaper to have these provisions in your parking lot or in your building than having to remediate or dig up the parking or dig up the pavement to put it in. Yeah. Do it now. Just put a conduit so that there's the provisions for electric charging in the future.
It's like planning for street lights, okay? It's part of the infrastructure now, all right? So this is how it's moving. And it's not a question of opinion or fad or trend or anything. This is just a reality of we humans having to move ourselves and goods in a different way than what we've been doing for 100 years.
I know a very nice young gentleman who had a challenging time retrofitting their home to get a charge.
What's his name?
Don't worry about who he is. But is that, have you had challenges? Do you know of people who've had a hard time in these older places?
Generally, it's quite easy, but there are some houses that don't have great electricity provision. But generally, it's not been challenging in most cases. But this is another reason why we are now going to be installing fast chargers in accessible locations where people can just stop at, let's say, a shop or an entertainment center, watch a movie, do some shopping, and in half an hour come out and their car is fully charged. And because you don't have to do it every day, People think you have to plug them in every day. You don't.
I don't.
If a car goes 250 miles, most people only drive 30 to 40 miles a day max.
And installing a car charger, like a level 2 charger, is just like making the provisions for a dryer, or an electric stove. You need 30 amps, you need a position on your breaker, you need the proper plug or whatever connection.
It's
and
not
that's it. It's not
complicated.
that complicated. I think we charge $300 or $450 for our people to install it because we can do it for you if you do not have an electrician. And so it's a very simple process for the most of the people transitioning to
So
electric.
for the category of people where 40,000 may be like really a stretch, when do you think you will move into used car sales?
I would love to do that. There are a couple of issues with that. Electric cars are relatively new, and people who buy an electric car are generally keeping their cars. They are not changing their cars. So there are not many pre-owned electric cars in the market. You have to be a little careful too where you're getting a pre-owned car from, what the condition of their battery is, what the age of the vehicle is.
Yeah.
Right now, we're much more advanced than we were, let's say, 5 years ago or 7 years ago. So you have to be a little careful about pre-owned vehicles. However, the more that people invest in electric cars, the more pre-owned ones will exist in our market. We are looking specifically at the government. This administration, to their credit, have started to adopt more electric vehicles. I mean, it's still like an infinitesimal percentage of their fleet, but they have made a move, and I think
It's a good step in the good.
They are conscious about it. They're installing their chargers more and more, and they have over 100 electric vehicles. And
they're very enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
And it's a part of their vision
their
for the
plan.
future. And the
So
plan,
I'm very grateful because it's been very lonely out there with previous administrations.
Oh, yeah.
In any event, so the more vehicles that the government leases and then may release to the public afterwards, the more pre-owned vehicles we will have. But we are not now importing pre-owned vehicles.
Right.
No.
This texture says, I'm not an electric vehicle fan. Until I'm forced to go electric, I'm going to stay with gas.
That's okay.
Great.
Go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Some people still use the VHS, Nothing wrong with that, nothing
No,
wrong
it's
with
okay.
that.
Everybody's doing the best that they can. This is one thing I have learned in my old age. Everybody's doing the best that they can, and they act according to their awareness, consciousness, and so go ahead. One day, what will happen is they will drive an electric car and go like, "Oh wow, I didn't realize it was like this." So we invite anybody in doubt to just come and do a test drive. You don't
Especially
have to buy,
if you're in the market for a new car.
but you don't have to buy a car. Just come and do a test drive because
Test it
part
out.
of what we're doing is educating. When we stood outside the supermarket 7 years ago with the Nissan Leaf pre-owned vehicle, which was the only thing we had in the day. Okay, people, we were just asking, have you ever seen one? Have you
Drive
ever
it.
driven one?
Yeah.
So unless you see one and drive one, you don't know what to compare to.
So come on down to our lot on Gladstone Road. Visit our website, easy242.com, or you can give us a call at 461-0100.
All right, so we only have a couple minutes left. You've
Okay.
got some other exciting things happening, including some interesting news with RF Bank and Trust. Let's talk about that. What's going on there?
Okay, so RF Bank and Trust has this this fund that you can invest in called the Strat Equity Fund. And, I think it's very clever because what they've decided to do is to gather Bahamian companies that are promising, that are productive, that have a future, so that they're creating this fund with local companies that they see have vision, possibility for growth, and can give a good return to their investors. So it's called the Strat Equity Fund, and they bought minority shareholding in Easy Car Sales.
Okay.
Which for us is huge because it gives us a vote of confidence that we're doing the right thing, that we're on the right path, and that we have a bright future ahead. So people can invest in the Strat Equity Fund which will continue to add Bahamian companies to it. So it's a local investment tool, which I think is great. And for us also, not only does it give us more confidence, but it also means that there's going to be a wider ownership of electric mobility. I never set out to be the car dealer electric lady. It's a movement that everybody is going to be part of at one time or other. So this allows you to own a piece of this new field that is advancing. I mean, it's really a revolution in technology. So we love it. We're looking forward to working with them. They have injected capital into the company, which is what takes us full circle now to the property.
Okay.
So this is what's going to allow us to grow into our new home and be ready for the next 10 years of the EV evolution.
Yeah. Great. That's very exciting stuff. Okay, so 30 seconds. People out there still saying, I'm holding on to gas. I don't think they're going to pry the gas out of my hand. Right? What do you say?
It has a nice smell, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's just that this is happening. So we are here to tell you, let you know that this is coming now. So get on board. You will be happy. You know, I run into my clients everywhere, my EV drivers, from the food store to on the road. And I always ask them, how do you like your car? Oh my God, I love my car.
And every time I pass one on the street, on the road,
we beep
driving,
at each other. We beep.
And they're so happy. They're like so peaceful. And, there's all this traffic and people cutting off. And there's in their EV and their BYDs and their Jacks, and they're just loving it. They're loving the experience. I mean, when we beg them to come in to do the service, we got to, beg them, cajole them, force them, because you know how we go, Bahamians. Unless we hear something knocking in our car, we ain't bringing it in for service. But it's just once a year. Once a year. For like 15 minutes.
It's about a couple of hours. I mean, it takes 15 minutes to diagnose it, but you can sit in our lounge, in our reception area, work, and so forth on your laptop.
Go on the Wi-Fi.
That's going on. Yeah. And in the new place, it'll be an even more radical experience.
Coffee and cookies.
Oh, my God. Oh, it is going to be fantastic.
But, drive electric, people, dump the pump, free yourselves, and become more independent.
It's about time. It's about time.
Wow. Exciting stuff. Always looking forward to talking with you all again. Pia Farmer, Sean Grisette, thank you
so much.
Really
thank you for having us here. We appreciate
Great meeting you for the first time, Necressa.
Nice meeting you.
I love that.
Yes, thank you.
You must come on down.
I will.
And test drive.
I will.
I think all of the Guardian hosts.
And win a tablet, right? Win a tablet.
Okay.
All right. Let's break. We'll be back to wrap things up. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9.
That was...
Easy car sales. I spending too much money on gas. I gonna check out the time, they call it the Beast Cube. Killer 7-seater SUV luxury. Full electric cars are also on the scene, and the brand is build your dreams. Hurry up, dump the pump and drive electric. Right now gas is too expensive.
That's real talk.
Dump the pump, drive electric. Last and notice where Easy Car Sales located. Electric 100%, no smoke, no gas, clean environment, maintenance low, and she dead quiet. Don't believe me, go there and just test drive it. They punching down the pump and do away with gas with an electric, cheaper electric car. Down the pump, get rid of the gas. Locate the Gladstone Road and they going dead fast. Down the pump with Easy Car Sales, Gladstone Road. Our number is 242-461-0100 or visit our website easy242.com.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
You've tried everything. ASUS with your mother's cousin's sister's auntie, and even hiding your money under your mattress. But is your money safe? Your Bahamian dollar deposit in a member bank or credit union is insured up to $50,000. If anything happens, your deposit up to the insured value will be returned to you thanks to Deposit Insurance. Visit Deposit Insurance Corporation at www.dic.bs.
Protection for your money guaranteed with DIC.
Calling all junior and senior high school students, you could win a brand new iPad for the new school year. Enter the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition. All you have to do is write a strong and convincing essay on the topic, what does going digital mean to you? For junior high students, your word limit is 1,000 words. For senior high students, your word limit is 1,500 words. To enter, email your essay along with your name, school, and grade level, as well as your parents' contact information to alpha@platoalpha.com by Friday, September 22nd. The winners will be announced on Guardian Radio on September 29th. The winner for each category walks away with a brand new iPad. It's the Plato Alpha Design Essay Competition, powered by Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
It's back to school season again. Send your kids off with everything they need, from books, uniforms to school supplies, all with a Fidelity personal loan. Apply today for a chance to win amazing back-to-school prizes. Call 356-7764.
Grab your camera, capture the spirit of the Bahamas, and win cash and prizes. Scotiabank, in partnership with the Guardian Media Group, invites all youth, amateur, and professional photographers to enter the Celebrate Bahamas 50 photography competition, being held under the theme One Nation, One Legacy, Our Future. With more than $8,000 in cash to be won, snap those photos and send them in by August 30th. Visit GuardianTalkRadio.com or bs.scotiabank.com to find out how to enter. Let's celebrate our proud nation in photos. Terms and conditions apply.
Indulge in an experience that awakens your senses with Nescafe Gold. Premium Arabica coffee beans, carefully selected, roasted to perfection, and finely ground, resulting in a unique and unmatched flavor and aroma that captivates the senses. Enticing aroma, smooth taste. Elevate your coffee experience with Nescafe Gold.
There's a new electric vehicle in town. The Jack brand of SUVs, trucks, sedans, and commercial vans, available only at Easy Car Sales, home of the fully electric vehicle. For a powerful, smooth ride at a fraction of the cost to drive, leave the pump behind and hit the road with Jack. Visit easy242.com to see our brand new Jack models and drop into Easy Car Sales for a test drive. It'll have you singing. Hit the road with Jack, and don't you pump gas no more.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
It's time for your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL. Royal Caribbean International beginning a series of workshops geared at introducing the Royal Beach Club project to Bahamian business people and finding out what authentically Bahamian products they have to offer in preparation for the release of the request for proposals for services next year. RCI Director of Product Development, Abundance Bokenstein, saying that the workshops are about engaging business people, learning who they are and what they can bring to the Royal Beach Club as an essential partner. Yesterday's workshop focused on food and beverage, retail, and artisans. The Bahamas is getting more airlift from Delta Airlines with a new route from Miami and the Miami International Airport to Lyndon Pilling International Airport. That's going to begin this fall. This will be the first time the Atlanta-based carrier will feature direct flights from Miami to the Bahamas. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation Chester Cooper says these additional flights will help to drive record tourism numbers. Cooper said recently that visitor numbers to the Bahamas could top 8 million. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Tuesday, market movers, APD Limited moving 50 shares, closing unchanged at $41.19. Commonwealth Brewery moving 200, closing at $11.01 unchanged. Commonwealth Bank moving 24,450, down 8 cents to $4.22. Fidelity Bank moving 305, unchanged at $17.50. Consolidated Water up 10 cents, closing at $5.47. Emera Incorporated up 1 cent, closing at $9.13. The Basic All Share Index closing at 2,660.96, down 10.86. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And welcome back to Morning Blend Business. Wrapping things up, Morning Blend Business brought to you in part by Colina. Update your information on file at Colina. Accuracy is important in the event they need to reach you, so double check to ensure that the contacts they have for you are correct. It only takes a few minutes to complete a client update form. While you're at it, get online and not in line by registering for Colina's portal, which gives you 24/7 access to all your Colina policies in one place with a host of features. Life, health, home, auto, and marine. The portal is convenient, accessible, and comprehensive. Sign up today. As we go, just want to give you an update on the thunderstorm warning that has been extended now from 9:50 to 11:50 a.m. The severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Luthra at the moment. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Luthra. We're feeling the outer bands of Hurricane Idalia, which is really unleashing some serious conditions on Florida as we speak. So there you go. And a reminder that you can help with back to school for students across the country who need snacks. There's a snackathon going on. The Guardian Group and AML have partnered for this, and it is an amazing community initiative. And in fact, tomorrow, most of our show is going to be live at Solomon's Fresh Market here on Guardian Radio. And hey, make sure you're out there. Say hello to the crew, the teams, and be a part of this. Help some children with snacks as they go back to school at this time. Duquesne.
Hey.
Thank you very much for being here with us this morning.
Welcome. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I'll see you again next week.
Next week, Tuesday.
And next week, Tuesday. That's right. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.